The 80s was a decade that was full of energy and sound. That sound hit harder, moved faster, and shined brighter. It was a time when music filled the dance floors and every beat mattered. In that world, one band brought a sound that was impossible to ignore. They brought high energy, and that was electrifying. This group built a move, and their music helped define a moment. The centerpiece of today's video is all about Starpoint. Now before we start, let's be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to be sure you won't miss out on any more uploads. Now without further ado, let's cue that intro. This group was formed by the five Phillip brothers, George, Ernesto, Lloyd, Orlando, and Gregory. They started a band that played in the basement and living room of their homes. They also started performing during small parties that was held by their father, who was a doctor. The first band was named Junior and the Royals. George and Lloyd left the group to attend college. When George returned, he rejoined his brothers and introduced them to Renee Diggs. During this time, they went by the name Licindiana. The group came together to share one goal: to create music that connected with people. Their sound drew for funk grooves, soul influences, and the emerging electronic production. From the beginning, they had a sense of direction and a sound foundation ready for the next era. The group started writing songs around this time, with Ernesto emerging as the main songwriter, while they was first performing at parties and small venues. In an attempt to sign with a major record label, the group changed their name to Starpoint, and they started producing demo tracks. Lionel Job, who went on to become the group's manager and producer, received demo recordings. He obtained the group's first recorded contract by bringing the same demos to Ruben Rodriguez, who at the time was with Casablanca Records. Unfortunately, their time there didn't last long. The band went on to release their self-titled debut album that was released in 1980 after they obtained a national recording contract with Chocolate City Records in 1979. One of the album's singles, I Just Want to Dance With You, became their first R&B chart top 20 hit that peaked 26 on the dance charts and number 19 on the R&B charts.
Just get on up and dance.
From this point forward, they released one album every year during the first half of the 80s. As the 80s began, R&B was evolving. Synthesizers became more prominent, drum machines changed the rhythm, and productions became more sharper, more polished. Starpoint adapted to this quickly. They embraced the new sound while maintaining their funk foundation. Everything changed with their biggest hit, Object of My Desire, that peaked 25 on the pop charts and number 8 on the R&B charts. The song became a defining track of the 80s R&B, with its infectious grooves, catchy hook, and dance floor appeal. It captured the energy of the decade. It wasn't just popular, it was unforgettable. At the center of Starpoint's sound was their lead vocalist, Renee Diggs. Her voice brought power, clarity, and emotional impact. She gave the group a distinct identity that stood out in the crowded music scene. Starpoint didn't just rely on one hit, they continued to release music that maintained their identity. Their catalog reflected evolution, adaptability, and commitment. They remained a presence throughout the decade, releasing songs such as Don't Be So Serious, that peaked number 46 on the dance charts and number 14 on the R&B charts. It's All Yours, that peaked 23 on the dance charts and number 17 on the R&B charts. What You Been Missing, that peaked number 84 on the pop charts and number 9 on the R&B charts.
She couldn't take your place.
Restless, that peaked number 46 on the pop charts and number 13 on the dance charts, also peaking number 11 on the R&B charts.
Live with your love. I'm restless.
And He Wants My Body, that peaked number 89 on the pop charts, number 40 on the dance charts, and number 8 on the R&B charts.
Tomorrow come to life. He wants my body.
Starpoint understood what made people move. Their music was built on driving bass lines, bright synth melodies, and tight rhythms. They created songs that fit perfectly in clubs, on the radio, and live performances. As the late 80s approached, music began to shift again. New genres emerged, production styles changed, and competition increased. Starpoint faced the challenges of staying relevant in a rapidly evolving landscape. Starpoint's sound helped shape the direction of 80s R&B. Their influence could be heard in dance pop, funk revival, and later R&B production styles. Their music contributed to the foundation of modern dance music. The band disbanded in 1990. They released a total of 10 albums. In 1990, Renee Diggs recorded a solo album titled Oasis. This album was released in Europe. Several tracks from this album was co-written by Diggs and Ernesto Phillips. Other band members started writing songs and doing studio sessions for R&B performers. Most notably, the band's second bassist, Kato Odiemo, who was acknowledged as the co-writer of Milli Vanilli's popular song, Girl You Know It's True in 1988. Diggs created the Renee Diggs Foundation for MS to help bring attention to the disease when she was diagnosed with it in the mid-80s. Sadly, on March 18th, 2005, she passed away due to a heart condition at the age of 50. On March 25th, 2004, Ernesto Phillips passed away as a result of a stroke. On February 3rd, 2021, George Phillips passed away. On April 7th, 2025, K.O. Odiemo passed away. Today, Starpoint is remembered as a key part of the 80s R&B landscape. Their music continues to be played, sampled, and celebrated. That represents a time when music was bold, energetic, and built for the movement. Starpoint didn't just make songs, they created energy, moments on the dance floor, and memories that last long after the music ends. Because great music doesn't just stay in one era, it travels, evolves, and lives on. Now, before we go, I have a question for you all. What is your favorite song by Starpoint? Before I go, I want to take a second to promote my Discord. Over here, I provide a safe space for my supporters. We discuss music of all genres. You can provide me feedback on recent uploads, etc. If that interests you, then go ahead and check me out. The link is in my bio. While I have y'all here, if you would like to support the channel further, then feel free to become a member. By doing so, you help make these videos possible. I thank each and every one of you who supported me along this journey.